Esteemed associates, conceive this. Within the veiled alcoves of enterprise, where fortunes elevate and shatter, not on market roars but on the sigh of concealed intents, resides a might so delicate, so malevolent, that it curvatures barons and entrepreneurs to its volition sans exertion. This is the precept of the vacuum, sourced from Niccolò Machiavelli's shrewd psyche, a doctrine I have internalized through epochs of steering in America's ferocious conglomerates, shadowy mergers, and the implacable arena of fiscal conquests. It is the technique of extending zilch, beholding as rivals disgorge their cause, arcana, and authority to replenish the barrenness you fabricate. However, afore we immerse in this perennial maneuver, inform me, colleagues, from which domain do you attend this oration today? The luminous frenzy of Wall Street? The boundless vistas of California valleys? Impart a succinct notation below. I crave to perceive how this reverberates across our immense domain.
Now, let us deconstruct this riddle. For once seized, your vista of dominion shall be eternally transformed. There abides a species of authority that heralds not its arrival. It amplifies not its pitch, pursues not your endorsement, nor strives to be discerned, for authentic supremacy initiates not in proclamation, but in halt. This is the authority of the vacuum, a maxim Machiavelli engraved in The Prince, alerting that surplus revelation summons demise. As others contend for notice, shouting more vehemently, executing more intensely, outpouring reflections and apprehensions for validation, the practitioner of the vacuum persists immobile, similar to a venture capitalist in a high-stakes negotiation, exposing zero, not from dearth of verbiage, but from a deeper axiom. I have observed whilst directing multinational empires and the pinnacles of commerce. The meagerer you present, the vaster others contribute to glut your stillness.
Visualize an executive suite. The chairman proceeds with drilled poise, disseminating metrics, tales, laurels like a flaunting avian, all hunting confirmation. Then arrives the watcher, the reserved one, Machiavelli's overlord safeguarding advisement proximally. He settles, extends no retort, no bow, no smirk, no condemnation, and the chairman wavers. How so? His display resounds into barrenness, no bounty, no cue of relevance. That scarcity appalls more than disparagement, more than a rival acquisition in the Dow's turbulence. Machiavelli apprehended it. He who desires zilch commands those who desire totality. The vacuum disputes not, nor sways. It molds a hollow, and human temperament hurtles inward with admissions, frailties, and urgent entreaties for import. The boisterous man presumes authority derives from observability. The reticent man realizes it emanates from unattainability, like the progenitor's cryptic pact preserving sway over territories. Followers trail not the one who mandates reverence. They trail the one who obliges them to procure it via muteness. In their ardent endeavor to unravel him, they forfeit their vantage, over-revealing, over-binding, chasing, whilst he concedes zilch, not from viciousness, but from restraint, as Machiavelli lauded in Overlords resisting destiny's vagaries. Authentic authority is not usurped. It is surrendered freely, zealously, by those abhorring stillness. Seize this precept, and you terminate questing for seizure. You evolve into the irresolvable enigma, the essence that mutes clamors in congested forums, extending zilch, garnering totality. Allow me to depict from authentic battlegrounds. Daniel rested not,
not from ledgers or stakeholders, but from the stillness of the oft-sweet individual disclosing zilch. Pristine Machiavellian composure. Primarily simply a diffident advisor, Daniel surmised. Yet by the third symposium he could overlook it no more.
Enunciating, his vision chased Lucas's sanction. An inclination, grimace, whatsoever. Lucas extended pristine equanimity, a speculum to Daniel's impassioned requisite to be perceived, reflecting Machiavelli's judicious disclosure. Most envision authority as command, directives, verdicts, overruling discourse like corporate raiders. But Machiavelli, and I, from tech hubs to financial machinations, knew genuine authority begets voluntary yielding. Lucas refined it. No interjections, rebuttals, tilts. He endured like a gravitational sink, hushed, condensed, unavoidable. His essence contorted the sweet like pull. Daniel drilled locutions, reevaluated cadence, guffawed excessively to inhabit Lucas's realm, a vacuum's traction. Disquiet mounted to mania, as Machiavelli forewarned could overthrow even the loftiest tycoons. Who Lucas? His contemplations? Loathe, venerate, or neglect? Contradiction. Lucas executed zilch, no scheming, agitation, additional stairs. In our indicating domain, publications, executions, revelations, his rejection bellowed most forcefully. Schooled that association necessitates enunciation, that acquaintance signifies valuation. Daniel extended more when accorded none, similar to executives over-disclosing for shares. Midnight correspondences diverted from commerce to foresight, inheritance, administration's onus, sire's prognostications, downfall phobias, summit seclusion. Outpouring anima into vacuum for reverberation. Lucas scrutinized every morpheme but retorted not. Not dismissal, but beckoned to burrow deeper, expose more, allocate aspiring to shatter stillness. Vacuum's contrivance, not purloining authority, but intentional relinquishment, as Machiavelli demonstrated with rash adversaries. Daniel voided summits with subordinates to settle with Lucas, aspiring rejoinder, like anticipating an investor's boon. Duplicated demeanor, more upright, measured eloquence, rarer actions. Forsaked flamboyant neckwear for neutrals, fusing into stillness, relinquishing flamboyance. Staff remarked, preoccupied, awaiting authorization to subsist. Lucas induced him to interrogate actuality. Machiavelli's aura stratagem. No substantiation, poise unraveled. Approach viable, or panic-prompted consensus, like boardroom flatterers. Administration motivating or raucous, scarcity arbitrated sterner than expressions. Machiavelli, veiled deliberations. Anticipability beckons command. Lucas incarnated it. No tactic clarifications, stillness rationales, assessment verifications. Ambiguity snared. Obscure cravings denote extending all. Daniel capitulated needless bargains, expiated sturdy verdicts, acknowledged unperformed blunders for riposte. Lucas unperturbed, missing amid company. Hollowness brimmed with dreads, weaknesses, sanction illusions. Captivating. Lucas falsified never, solely reserved, enforcing projection. To Daniel, divinity, evaluator, phantom, not human. Negotiable like merger talks. Fables command veneration. Vacuum hazardous. Devotees via scarcity, not magnetism.
Adhere from riddle dependency, reiterating. Extending more for dignity. Sweet metamorphosed silently. Subordinates eyed Lucas preceding eloquence, hunting approval. Symposia circled his quiescence. Intermission refreshments subdued, apprehending disruption, like executive retreats. Lucas petitioned not. Intrinsic authority dwells, universe readjusts. Daniel discerned reverential wariness, heightening hopelessness. Outsiders detected authority. Why no utterance? Zenith. Fusion Tactics Symposium. Daring, hazardous blueprint. Prior acclaim, now silent, awaiting Lucas. He inscribed. Panorama observed. Palm contemplated. Daniel's pitch splintered. Denuded like deserted auditorium oration. Sequel. Elevator hunt. Practical. Lacks cadence, pulsating nucleus. Lucas's 3-moment scrutiny hastened beat. I shape views not until necessitated. Entrances barred, equitable decree. Daniel recapitulated days. No view molded, undeserving labor. Obscurity agonized, self-administered most potent. Vacuum's brilliance. Afflicted assaults self. Lucas, assailed never, lifted pitch, alluded outwardly. Daniel dissected minute movements, lulls, peaks for dignity indicator. Bulk reduction, vacillating harangues like cue mishaps. Fivefold inspected correspondences, numbed acumen from oversight. Vacuum bides, allows universe self-obliterate, outlining it. Machiavelli, beloved overlords frail. Feared direct chronicle. Lucas progressed. Incomprehensible advantage paramount. Unanticipatable, uncontrollable. Indecipherable, unassailable. Unoutlined. They outline via thee. Daniel veered. Not satisfactory task, but Lucas deem, authority transfer juncture. Perturbing, organic. Stillness norm, veritable as entrepreneurial ethos. Simulated detachment displays stress. Lucas placid, unloaded. Placidity magnetic in disarray, inclines thee gently for unagitated grasp. Daniel inclined, almost plummeted. 6th cycle. Spectre self, no visual linkage, surrendered inferiors, premature attendances drilling unposed queries. Lucas inspected, universe pivot by lapse, vacuum dependencies via scarcity, unwavering, total, addictive. Route awareness, not confrontation, bungled venture. Passage instinctive sidestep, respect. Not captivate, circumvent disenchantment. Vacuum clasps, being systematizes unmolested. Lucas no boast, grin, admission. Authority demands no substantiation, persists. Trajectories acclimate or shatter. Daniel shattered gently. Innumerable yields, pitch, conviction, core to unpopulated stillness. Lucas beheld, humanity's primordial axiom transparency. Extend zilch, they contribute totality. Concluding Friday dusk, sweet vacates airy, but Daniel laden stone breast. No arrangement, demanded awareness for self. Bided lone, to Lucas's translucent sanctum. No curtains, relics, solely desk, throne, urban panorama, stark as executive penthouse. Lucas panorama backed, no swivel, greeting, bided aware. Entrance, soft latch. Trembling digits, stable pitch. Demand know what you contemplate. Yield. Lucas, leisurely swivel. Undecipherable, equitable. Lens illumination adapting. No settle, beckon, just scrutiny. Inspection. Severer slur. Why significance? Muted. Balanced. Empirical. Daniel winced. Devoted weeks procuring admiration. Modified articulate. Direct. Contemplate for discernment. Significance. Prolonged stillness. Unstagey. You have hunted spectre. Baffled scrutiny. Imply. Lucas progressed. Serene unestablish. Arbitrating. Appraising. Stillness awaiting adequacy. Reality. Contemplating you nil. Daniel's inhalation gripped, keen as enterprise on quicksand tumble. Apathy. Machiavelli's destructive implement, witnessed in business fortresses, Wall Street arcades. Fights not, endures, unravels greedy. Daniel withdrew, soil transformed. All duration, indifferent. Lucas no bow, wink. Indifferent allocates. I allocate not in din. Reality featherlight. Entrance inserted. Splintered surpassing deceptions. Discerned exhausted for unconfining stillness. Sweet constricted. Crystal enclosure self-wrought. Knees wavered. Yell. Beseech. Crumble drive. But Lucas panorama swiveled. Terminated denoted. Urban dazzled impassive. Similar hymn. Daniel isolated with being. Hastened symposia. Correspondences. Sleepless pursuing apparition. Exited, not wrath. Devastation never participated. External vibrated. Horns, cries, saloon tunes. None discerned. Reflection own yearning. Unacknowledged stillness. No domicile, communications. Purposeless glowing boulevards. Evade contributing entirety to zero extender. Lucas prevailed. Not strife, non-attendance. Persisted static. Self-ruin perceived endeavoring. Ultimate vacuum axiom gained executive suites. New York Silicon Ventures, Wall Street transactions. Overcomes insignificance crafting, not compulsion. Machiavelli unexpectability hold doctrine. Lucas pinnacle. Complete stillness reflector vulnerabilities. No prevalence commemorate, concede. Nightfall. Barren residence. Ivory partitions. Lone throne. No images. Volumes. Amusements. Hermit niche surplus domain. Liquid container. Panorama positioned. Luminaries sparkle. No contentment. Victory. Quiescence. Not victory. Mechanism function. Ruined not Daniel. Post-exchange unreflected. Core. Vacuum no objective. Endures. Load carriers self-tumble. Exchange plunge firms. Machiavelli. Adored frail. Dreaded chronicle direct. Lucas advanced. No dread quest. Incomprehensible. Impalpable. Not robust. Rejected sentimental trade diversion. Mistaken association. Extended zilch. Domain contributed. Notice. Compliance. Mania. Fidelity. Unrequested. Witnessed. Minor debate entrepreneurs greater investments. Attend chairman greater veneration. Hiatus dealer superior pacts. Not allure. Scarcity. Purposeful. Sweet lasting modification. Subordinates glanced vacant throne post exit. Symposia vigor forfeited, truncated, circumspect. Ambiance murmur assimilated. Intermission dirges prior poise. Subdued practice. Structure internalized serenity. Daniel pulverized perceiving. Staff recollection, adoration. Unspoken emblem, loyalty. No pauses, questions. Beheld entrance slide. Past notice performers. lowered pitches, ambiance altered. Exit understated company. Gathered journal, instrument, ebony cloak. Hushed arrival, exited. No adieu, peak restructured suite. Urban, navigated, edifices, merchants. Unnoticed, incontrovertible, fontless, shade. Utmost residence, stillness. Endured not compunction, fault, apprehension, vacuum, election, restraint. Citadel not external, deflect, but core defend. Complete, unagitated. Machiavelli insight, contemporary honed nucleus. Domain bellows, retort, validation, company, authority, commences, debt, zilch, apprehend. No requisite seized, discerned, persist, static. Vacuum, not maneuver, tenet, commercial turmoil, prodigies. Domain endorsements, reposts, incessant rotations, obsessed. Withhold, protrudes. Venture creators, financier. Conquest, minor, enunciate. Stakeholder fancies, interstice complete. Commercial agents, enterprises, guide, heed, greater. Competitors disclose haste perceived. Operates, universal axiom, exploit. Stillness, dreaded, surpassing critique. Impels self-clash. Plurality, unable. Extend arcana, fidelity. Authority, serenity, halt. Toll, Machiavelli suggested. Vacuum, expertise, self, ego, endorsement, retort, drive. Lucas selected. Tycoon to reign prior conflict. Restraint, solitary, persist. Domain project, steadfast. Essayed, bargains, titans. Expert contests. Ego, sweet, expects. Not simple, commercial ethos, interact. Associate. Esteem, bellows. Endure, stillness, endure. Evolve, riddle. Allegiance, order. Daniel, no total revival. Chairman, endured. Vigor, vanished. Displays, flamboyance, shortage. Verdicts, tentative. Shade, re-evaluation. Aft suite, observed. Lucas, foresee. Vacant throne. Staff, divined. Guidance, cease. Inner, reciprocal. Succeeding, reserved portal, observe. Enduring, vacuum, authority. Not reform, current. Forthcoming, plagues. Laborious, seized, Machiavelli. Authority not appropriate. Reject, extend. More profound, tier. Machiavelli, shade, commercial, meditated. Vacuum not command. Emancipation. Extend, zilch. Emancipated, expectation, bonds. No execute, clarify. Rationalize, requisite. Lucas, no Daniel, validation. Sweet, beverage. Complete, self-encapsulated. Open entrances, domain, citadel. Tempting, risky. Not maneuver, existence, manner. Culture, association. Triumph, disputes. Relinquishes us. Noisier domain, traversing entrepreneurs. Vacuum, precept, not savagery. Restraint. Self-expertise, invocation. Shout, unnecessary might. Succeeding, sweet. Dispute, clan feast. Minor, enunciate. Greater, perceive. Stillness, enchantment, operate. Behold, slope. Surplus, extend. Urgency, expose, space, barren, relinquished. Cautioned, not timid, spirited, diversion. Necessitates own quiescence. Seclusion, consolation. Authority, execute, not faith. Finale. Lucas, no Daniel, ruin. Self-hunt, uncapturable shade. Progressed. Vacuum performs. Whispers sweet, forsake. Perceives entity being. Machiavelli, validation, bow. I similarly. Midwest markets, West Coast feasts, axiom perform. Domain necessitates pitch, retort, core, but extend, zilch, contributes entirety. Serene, persist. Domain, reorganize, behold.